What happens is we all project the energy of what we're saying, and we all intuitively or not can be able to pick up on that. So you can really tell when somebody is speaking from a place of embodiment and when somebody is not speaking from a place of embodiment, when they're just saying words. And I took that on as a loving challenge for myself of asking myself those questions and accepting the fact, like I said before, that I felt like a fraud. So I asked myself, what would it look like for me to not be a fraud in my life? And it was an easy answer. Do the practices that you're saying out there and see what happens. Hey everyone, I'm Dell from True Essence Connection. And what I do is help individuals to shift from the inner conflict that we have in our mind to a place of inner peace within our hearts. I wanted to say today just the importance of embodiment and how embodying what you say is more powerful and more profound than just saying it without the embodiment of it. And reason I wanted to talk about this is personally from my own journey and my own story, and even in this field of talking about this, doing the inner work, meditating, connecting to yourself, allowing yourself to heal, all beautiful words that they're profound. We all are one. There's a place in the heart that we all can get to. You can be able to overcome everything. It is all working in divine plan. There's a lot of things out there, and I'm pretty sure we all see it. There's abundance of teachings out there, different modalities, different practices, people out there who are offering assistance out there to help people, even myself, and saying like, oh, do it. These things actually can work for you to be able to get there, like processes and things like that. And for myself, I realized and I came to this realization, I allowed myself to work through it, in which I was talking a good game, but I wasn't actually backing it up. Now that I say this, it brings me back to just all the game that I would speak to try to get things or got things, whether it was different relationships in which I was talking the game of me being a certain way and I really wasn't that certain way. I was just acting like I was that way to be able to get what I wanted, which was whoever that person was. And then eventually it came to the point that I was just talking a good game, or even just in going out for a job interview and things like that, that I was underqualified for, but I would talk a good game. Like, yeah, this is how I am. I'm going to be this type of person. Wow. Just put the two and two together. How put on this persona of talking and saying these good things for just trying to get the outcome that I wanted. So I was willing to not be who I was to get what I want. And now fast forward to now where I was doing that with this practice I'm doing, True Essence Connection. And I wasn't embodying it yet. And with me not embodying it yet, there was a different type of way that I was speaking about it before. I was speaking about it in a way of throwing the net out there, like, yeah, maybe this will work, maybe this will not work, or maybe I read something or heard something from another teacher out there and use that to try to word it my own way. And what happened was I started to sit with myself because I actually got forced to really go within, and that was with the transition of my father. And I told the universe, hey, I'm ready. I'm going to go through whatever I need to go through, and I'm here to experience that. And I had to come to this point of myself of acknowledging the fact of I was being a fraud in my life to try to get an outcome that I wanted. So I put on this mask or this persona of being something that I wasn't for trying to get what I wanted. And I sat with that. I accepted that part and I was with it. And what happened was I felt that who I wasn't good enough. Who I was, if I just was myself in the relationship from the beginning and just showed who I was in the moment, that I wouldn't have gotten in that relationship or I wouldn't have been accepted. And deep down, I wasn't accepting myself and I was looking for these other things to accept me, or maybe even now, not maybe, I'm gonna go there. And at that time with my business, I felt if I say the right things, I'm gonna be seen as, oh, he is an expert, he is good with his teachings. But what happens is we all project the energy with what we're saying. And we all intuitively or not can be able to pick up on that. So you can really tell when somebody is speaking from a place of embodiment and when somebody is not speaking from a place of embodiment, when they're just saying words. And I took that on as a loving challenge for myself of asking myself those questions and accepting the fact, like I said before, that I felt like a fraud. So I asked myself, what would it look like for me to not be a fraud in my life? And it was an easy answer. Do the practices that you're saying out there and see what happens. So then that's when I started to just be the curious cat or the conscious chemist. And it was definitely a great time for me because I was dealing with the death of my father and also all these other things going on in life to add that on. So I was saying before, oh yeah, you can be able to get through anything. You can be able to work through anything. There's a solution for everything. So I said, let me put it to the test. And for every thing that I was dealing with at that time, I did find an infinite solution for it, but also I was able to get out of the conflict that I was having with myself in the war and got a more peaceful state and integrated that peaceful state. So now when I say I help individuals to go from inner conflict to inner peace, I say that because I help myself go from the inner conflict to inner peace. And also I help others to go from inner conflict to inner peace. There's a different type of energy that comes through with that because I'm confident I can do that. And I know that I can do that because I've done it for myself and I've done it for others. So I hope that this resonates with you. And if it didn't, totally fine. But to bring it all home, what I was saying before is just how powerful it is to embody what you're teaching compared to just teaching it and just saying it because you feel like it sounds right or you're somebody else say it or everything. The great thing too is like there's profound information out there, and when you try it out for yourself, you start to embody it. But then also you get to find these little tweaks and little things, your own unique flavor with it. It's like getting a recipe from Google and adding your own little seasoning to it. It's still a profound thing, but things like, wait a second, I like a little bit of sprinkle of this or sprinkle of that. And you're starting to embody it. And it's pretty profound because it's you. You are the embodiment. And when you allow yourself to become that embodiment of what you say with that certainty because it worked for you and it worked for others, people could feel it. People can notice that. And it makes you a more profound authority in what you're saying because you are embodying it, you are doing it, and you can speak upon it. Try it out for yourself. Let me know. Or maybe you're embodying stuff already, so you already know what I know now. And until next time, stay connected.